Good morning on an overcast Monday morning as we move further into July. Hope you all survived the 4th of July weekend as we go into this crazy summer that we're in the midst of. So I'm going to share a few thoughts that are part of my preparation for my homily this coming weekend. It's coming out of the 8th chapter of Romans. And let me just read a couple of the verses of that, just to give you a preview of that and kind of let you know how my thoughts are beginning to evolve on this as I move through the last couple weeks and then this final week of preparation for my homily. So this is Romans 8:18. I consider that the sufferings of this present time are as nothing compared with the glory to be revealed in us. For we know that all creation is groaning in labor pains, even until now. We also groan within ourselves as we await the full redemption of our bodies. This is a central message of Christianity, and maybe the summary words that I could use on it that come right out of Romans 8 would be the phrase, and I'm still playing with this phrase, but patient endurance with steadfast expectation. We kind of walk you through those words because I've been pondering and praying on those a lot this week. Patient endurance, we hear that regularly in the scriptures, that God's ways simply take time to evolve and to come to fruition. We are way too much in a hurry as human beings, and I'm right in the middle of that. It's often been said that the definition of an American, or the metaphor for an American, is someone standing in front of a microwave oven saying, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." I have to admit, I've done that myself more than once, standing there impatiently waiting for the seconds to time off. And yet God's ways are more like a crock pot. Slow cook, simmer, thousands of years of oversight and preparation. And we want happiness now. We want justice now. We want God to rescue us now. So we get very impatient with God. Patient endurance, but the piece we don't want to forget also is this steadfast expectation. Because we are people of hope. That's what our faith is all about. We preach Jesus Christ crucified and raised from the dead. And we believe that our lives united with His are always a part of that cycle. There's always this hope, this absolute expectation, this steadfast expectation of new life coming into our lives and preparing us for eternal life. It's not just pie in the sky. It's not just waiting for something that's going to be completely fulfilled in the future, though that is part of it. But it's trusting that God is actively working through our lives now, through our world situation now, in the things that distress us the most now. And it's a challenge for us to hold all these pieces together. So I've told you a little bit about my family and my parents before. My parents both went through the Great Depression and were old enough to have pretty strong memories and have talked with us kids about those years a lot. My mom spent a lot of her growing up years helping her dad, who was getting through the Depression, by remodeling some houses into apartments in Buffalo, New York. And she and her sister would straighten nails so he could reuse them. Can you imagine doing that in today's world? Both of them speak about that, I'm going to call it steadfast expectation, the patient endurance, the plowing ahead without instant gratification. I came across this study years ago about the marshmallow test. That's been written about quite a bit, and there's some controversy about it, admittedly. But the marshmallow test was this. It was given to 4-year-olds, if you can imagine that, and they were told they were given a marshmallow, and they could either eat it right then, or they would wait until the interviewer came back in a few minutes and not eat it. Then they could have 2. And the study that was done at Stanford University was quite striking. Let me read to you just a quick synopsis of the result of all of it. They tracked these children for many years. Those who were able to wait as 4-year-olds grew up to be more socially competent, better able to cope with stress, and less likely to give up under pressure than those who could not wait. The marshmallow grabbers grew up to be more stubborn and indecisive, more upset by frustration, more resentful about not getting enough. Moreover, all those years later, the marshmallow grabbers still were unable to put off gratification and had a higher incidence of substance abuse, delinquency, and divorce. So do you think you would have been a marshmallow grabber or one who could have delayed gratification? My family certainly emphasized delaying gratification, saving money for college, learning the values of hard work, patience in getting things done well and not quickly running on to the next thing. But I suspect I still would have been a marshmallow grabber because I still struggle with that same thing. Patient endurance with steadfast expectation. Good people, we are people of hope in the midst of all of the chaos, of all of the unraveling of institutions happening all around us, especially in the summer of 2020. Let's be always people of steadfast expectation, inviting God to work in us, as Brett said over the weekend, praying for our country, praying that we can hold true to the vision that Jesus has for us, and trusting in that whole cycle of death and resurrection, the Paschal mystery, as it continues to evolve and develop in our lives and in our world today. God bless you all.